and gentlemen, All Saints Catholic Church in Dallas, Texas welcomes you to All Saints Coffee Chats.
Hello everybody and welcome to our special New Year's Eve edition of Coffee Chats. Of course, we have with us today Father Garrett, who is back with us. This is your second time?
This is my second time.
Okay, that's pretty exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited.
We're all very happy.
Good.
This is the half year waypoint for me here at this parish. I was assigned here July 1st of 2021, the year that still is now.
Yeah,
and
at least for the next few hours.
Days, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I'm very excited. And so now I'm moving into the second half of the first year of my first time being here as an assigned priest.
Yes.
Your first year as a priest, too. Right?
And my second year as a priest.
Second year.
Yeah.
That's a lot of new things that all happen in a very
Oh yes,
short
it's
amount of
very
time.
new.
So
New for a new year.
new for a new year. There you go. So okay, then I guess my question would be: is you reflect back on the year of 2021, and this is for everybody. What would be something that really stands out? What's like the highlight? What's something big that happened this year?
Well, I guess this is pretty new. I studied a bunch this year, and I studied, 4 to 5 hours a day, it seemed like, maybe sometimes more, sometimes less. And I graduated, or I'm graduating. I have to go look at my account to make sure that my fees are paid, but as long as the accounting office is happy, then I'm pretty sure they're going to send me my new certificate. And so that is new. And me and Father Javita, Father Paul, we've all been really excited, and it's going to be really good. The diocese is really generous in supporting education, and so now I know more about moral theology. That is new.
Okay, so that's what the certificate is in specifically. Is
Moral theology.
Okay, and so what does one do with that certification?
Well, hopefully, first of all, live a moral life. I think first of all, try and follow Jesus, and just second of all, so a friend of mine, Father Paul Bechter, he's assigned as the vocation director. Yes, the vocation director, and he studied scripture in Rome at the best scripture university in the world. It takes place in the Gregorian, but I don't know what its actual name is. He would know. And so he preaches. It affects his preaching. Obviously,
right. Preaching
should be about the scriptures. Hopefully mine is about the scriptures, but I bring a lot of, hopefully a little more elements about, reflections on the law. What does it mean to follow Jesus? Some of the language that I learned in school, it affects my preaching. And other than that, I don't know. I learned a lot about bioethics, end-of-life issues, a lot about marriage issues. So what does marriage mean? How does it line up with the new ideas of the world, of the contemporary world? We had eight subjects that I had to learn about, and one of them was social ethics. So learned a lot about communism and capitalism. So I learned a lot. It was very broad. Yeah.
Well, it's good that you completed all of that. You've got the certification. So we're all very excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How about for you guys?
Lots of things. I don't even know where to start. Lots of great new friendships, relationships throughout this year. It's been a good year, especially after the last year or two of kind of not doing things at all, including a lot of this year, getting actually to start doing things again, being with friends and things of that sort. That's been really good. Started my relationship with Catherine. That's been really, really great. It's been about 5 or 6 months now, actually, more or less. And I should check that. But that's been really cool. I've been really grateful for that. My niece was born this year. I think about it, so that's another
pretty big,
super giant highlight of this year. So lots of good things this year.
All right, How about for you, Krista?
Gosh, there's been a lot of different transitions this year and new things. One is school, being in school for marriage and family therapy, and learning all about the family and then how to do therapy in the context of, or how to handle or how to approach mental issues in the context of the family. Has been really interesting and a real gift in this semester, but then also this new job has been really incredible, and just working here in this ministry, getting to know the students, getting to know this team, being a part of this parish has been amazing, and wonderful friendships have come from it, and so all of those new things have been very cool and very good. Also in a, I guess, new relationship for the year, but also like 6-7 months, something like that, like kind of like Andrew, which has also been a beautiful experience of this year. And I know that the Lord has done just a lot of work in that relationship of just teaching me about myself. And so I think in all of the new things and new transitions, 2021 has been a lot of growing to know myself in a way that like just deepens my identity as a daughter. So I think that's been some of my highlights all put together.
Very cool. How about for you?
Lots of things. In August we celebrated like a year of being married, which was just like wild. It was like one of those, it feels like it's been like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But in that, just learning so much more about each other and about myself that you think you already know. We got June, and she's just like the best thing in the world. June has been amazing. It's been a very big like transitional year. Like we've moved and started like new things in jobs, and a lot is growing. My sister got engaged, and that's super exciting, and just like so many new things have happened this year that are leading into so many other like new things happening next year, and it's just like it's a lot to like process, but yeah, all really really good things.
I would say for me it's been, there's so many little highlights throughout the year of stuff with family, but we really got we celebrated my daughter's first communion this year a couple weeks ago, so that's really cool. Something that's like fresh in the mind of everything. And then as they do different things, their Christmas pageant, my son did football, my daughters have started singing in the choir over the last year, so all of that's been really great. And then of course that we've been able to come back to Mass more regularly has been great. And watching them participate in a different way is kind of a different understanding of things has been really cool as well. And then we have had some really cool, great new transitions and additions with Krista, and you celebrated it a year at the beginning of this month, I think is what it was, and having Father Garrett here has been a lot of fun. There's been a lot of great things that have happened over the year, so it's very exciting stuff. So that transitions then very well to what you were saying about next year. There's a lot to look forward to. So my question would be, what are you looking forward to most for next year?
I guess I'm starting.
Yeah.
Looking at me.
Sorry.
Gosh, lots of things. I think reflecting on one thing from this past year, like the community that we've gotten involved with, mostly like here, after graduating and not really having that for a while, and then kind of getting involved here and just kind of like excited to see where that's going to go. My sister has to get married, so like this day after she got engaged, it was like, okay, let's start looking at venues, let's do all this, like, so I get like texts and calls every day about like what needs to be done, which is really fun because I've been on the other side of that, so being on like this end of like planning like a sister's wedding, I'm like, this is so fun, and it's not me, so.
All the fun without all of the stress.
Exactly.
Or less stress, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
And then also just like here and with photography too, is like I've learned, last year was my first like really big year in like wedding photography. It was like the most consistent I've had, and I did a lot of learning. It was a lot of new things, and same thing with being here. I'd never really had a full like ministry position, and it was just a big like learning whatever, it was a process. So I'm excited to go into this next year and this like next wedding season kind of knowing what I have learned and kind of like learning from mistakes and stuff, and going into like this new year, new ministry with like new goals and like feeling a little bit more like seasoned in things and being like, okay, I can take what I've learned and start new things.
How about for you guys? I guess we'll go to this one.
I guess so. I mean, I'm excited about a lot of the same things happening still. Like I said, definitely appreciate the chance to spend time with friends more than I probably would have otherwise. So looking forward to doing that throughout the year. Looking forward to my niece turning 1 and all of those, all the fun things that come with that. And I also, I guess, like you were saying, I've been here 2 years in March, or more or less.
Yeah.
Kind of started a little bit before that, but so that's weird to say.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's about as long as like Chelsea was here when I got here.
Yeah.
Which is just
Also,
do not feel like I know what I'm doing.
You don't need to reflect back on March of 2020.
There we go. Yes,
But yes,
okay.
yeah.
and avoid that. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that and continue to do things with ministry here. For finishing my first kind of year of confirmation prep as the director of that in April. So yeah, a lot of different things throughout the year.
Yeah.
I've been praying with this idea of rootedness for a little bit, thinking about how the past year and even a little bit before that, there was like a lot of just transition and moving from place to place, and of course transitions aren't going to end at all after this year, but I can just I am very much looking forward to the year of 2022 being a more stable year in my life, being more like, oh, not a lot of changes, hopefully not a lot of changes happening. Of course there might be things that pop up, but yeah, a lot of things that I will be just continuing, like some of the things that I had mentioned of like my ministry position or school, like those things are just going to be like continuing and going deeper, rather than like starting it and trying to do something new, or learn something new. It's like something I already have learned and now I'm doing, and so I'm really just looking forward to like being rooted, and just also whatever God wants to do in my life, looking forward to whatever that is.
How about you,
Fun.
Yeah. I think I'll echo what I think almost everybody has said. In 2022, I'm hoping things open up a bit more. Being a parochial vicar, working in tandem with Father Jovita, the pastoral administrator, we see, I think, the effect that COVID has taken spiritually, and we would love to walk with people to kind of not only that physical opening up, but a spiritual opening up. And so we hope that people will be excited to start new things, to open up their homes, to families within the community, to open up themselves to new opportunities. And then of course we're going to be opening ourselves up. The more the church opens up, the more society opens up, the more the church should respond. I mean, one marker of that is in the Diocese of Dallas, we're now in our this will be the 4th Sunday of Advent. So we began the lack of a dispensation on the 1st Sunday of Advent. So now we're at the 4th Sunday. So we expect, hopefully, people will respond to that they'll feel that yearning of worship that we all have. And of course, the priests respond to that. We love being at masses that are packed, where people are excited to be there, where there's an energy. It's very clear at the masses where people are tired. Like it's harder for the priest to be at a mass where people are tired, and so to be at a mass where people are excited, where it's full, where people are singing and participating, that's a great joy. And that's what we hope for in this next year, is more joy, more participation, more families, more opportunities, more religious education, everything. We want to see everything, and hopefully this parish will respond. I think they will.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think it's echoing everything that has already been said. We want more of everything. We want things to open up. We want things that are going well to continue to go well and to continue to grow. I was very hesitant at first, and I've talked about it on here before, of the idea of doing podcasts. But between the Advent podcast and the Lenten podcast and the podcast that you and I are doing together for Raising Saints, I've actually really enjoyed the podcast. And I don't listen to podcasts. I finally found one to listen to, and it's a Batman podcast written by people who write for Saturday Night Live. So it's really ridiculous and great. But the only other podcast I ever listened to really was the podcast that we did. I had one that I used to listen to for Bible study that I guess they haven't recorded in like 12 weeks or something. So it's not very resourceful anymore. But yeah, I listened to ours during Lent. I listened to ours during Advent, and I love the content of what's coming out with like daily reflections. That's just 5 minutes. It's really quick. I enjoy doing the Raising Saints podcast. I think we've had the opportunity to sit down and talk to each other, talk to Danielle, my wife, and Tori Gray, who's over at Prince of Peace, which has been a lot of fun. And just hearing other people's stories. I know a couple of weeks ago when we had Lo on the show for Coffee Chats, we had talked about witness being such an important part of things. And so having the opportunity in 2022 to live out the witness more with other people, and to be, to receive other people's witness, I think is a very powerful thing. I really enjoyed the Advent reflection retreat that we did, watching what Tori had to say and what Father Javita had to say and what Colin and I were able to present, just because it was an opportunity, again, to hear other people's witness, to hear another person's insight on Mary or on Joseph or on the Holy Family, that it was something I hadn't heard before. I thought was really cool. So, do you have a favorite thing from 2021? I don't know who wants to go first. Favorite TV show, favorite movie, favorite song, favorite something. I know we were very excited about our Spotify playlists.
Of course.
So good.
That was kind of funny to go back and hear everybody's stuff. But I can start.
Yeah.
So for TV shows, for me, if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, I would very strongly recommend Ted Lasso. And then the other one was Only Murders in the Building, with Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez, which I thought was absolutely phenomenal. So I'll let someone else go now.
I second both of those for sure.
Yeah. I second Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching all of the Disney stuff. I really liked Loki,
Oh, it's
where the time thing, they did this amazing time thing with the people, that they're all twins, but they're not twins. So I thought that was really fun. And I love watching all of those movies. I'm sad. They don't seem to be... I don't know if they release one every 6 months or what's going on, but I haven't seen Eternals yet, which is really sad. And then the new Spider-Man's coming out, so I'm super excited to see that. I saw the last Spider-Man that came out. I think it was Spider-Man Morales, maybe? I forget what it's called.
Into the
Spider-Verse?
Wait, that's the next one.
Into the Spider-Verse was the one before...
The one where it was
Homecoming.
Morales.
No,
Yeah.
the one where it was animated.
Yeah, the animated
That's
one.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
The
Oh
animated
yeah, so I
one.
saw Into the Spider-Verse. That was
Another
awesome.
one of those.
Yeah.
I watch all of that
I
stuff.
loved that one.
That was really cool.
That one was really good. That was back 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was that long
I
ago?
think so.
Wow.
They're coming out with a sequel.
I don't
That's-
know.
yeah.
So, yeah. It's a great movie.
I don't know what to
Good.
talk about, but I'm gonna go on a tangent.
Go for it.
Okay, the whole Taylor Swift thing.
She released a new album?
I just,
But
okay,
there's so much more.
without explaining, going and spending the next half hour talking about it, I just love
Do an entire
the.
coffee chat.
Yeah, I really
Just Taylor
could.
Swift.
I did on surface level. I just respect the time that went into it, and then also for me being able to talk to other people that I don't usually about it. Like, it was just like one connecting thing between like it was all I had like on my TikTok feed, and seeing like everyone was having like the same experience, being able to talk to like my sisters about it and like different like cousins and stuff. Like, there was just this like 3-week period where it was so easy to talk to so many women in my life because that's just all we would rant about. And it was like hilarious, but I also like, yeah, Taylor Swift was something else. It's just top tier stuff. I appreciate it.
Stuff.
There you go.
Top tier stuff.
Whole coffee chat. We probably do 2
Yeah, you
coffee
got like
chats.
2 hours to sit there and explain it to you.
I'm at the place.
You just sit there like I do and nod as she talks about it.
Have you read any
Yeah.
books or anything like
How about
that?
you,
or-
Krista?
I subscribe to this organization called Love Good. They're based in Nashville, Tennessee, and they're like a Catholic culture company is what they are, but they support a lot of really great artists, and like artists meaning like music artists, like painting artists, whatever that kind of creative artists,
Art,
books, anything that's kind of like media and art. But anyways, they send me a package every turn of the season, every 3 months. And in that package usually comes like a couple albums and sometimes a record. I love when I get records. But there are 2 albums that I loved, which they're not praise and worship, but they're Christian artists. Chris Renzema and Ellie Holcomb had incredible albums this year that I'm old-fashioned, put on the CD in my car, and I listened to that, and it's been so fun. So I think those were 2 of my favorite things from 2021.
That's awesome. I remember hearing about them once upon a time. I think Paul Mitchell spoke at Steubenville or something, and it was like they were just starting that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh,
But it's
yeah.
still a thing.
It is. It's great.
Yeah, I finally read Portrait of Dorian Gray. That was good this year.
Yeah.
After all the years of Father Alphonse being here talking about it, I actually finally listened to it. Ed Sheeran's new album. Big fan of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It just
Is this
Diane's.
one a different
Sorry.
mathematical equation sign?
Yeah, it was equals.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
I
Yeah.
made it through just about all.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't so you kind of missed subtract, so it throws it off a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Wild
Okay.
enough, I didn't realize that any of those were supposed to be
Mathematical?
mathematical things
Oh.
until equal came out, and then I was like,
Oh.
whoa.
That's what that's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we learned that from a friend of ours. So, or at least I did.
Oh, great. I'm not alone in that. Okay.
My buddy Paul Thomas.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
awesome. Good guy.
Good old Paul Thomas. I had another coffee chat episode. I don't think we've told you that story. Oh, well,
That could
we'll have
be it.
something fun to talk about during lunch.
Good guy.
Because that one's fascinating. All right, so it's that time.
I think it is that
believe
time.
it is that time.
We got
Oh no, the timer's still on.
Andrew, you want to start, and then we'll go this way.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just clear this timer. I had it set from one of the last times we used it, and it's there we go. All right. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
Now
We are set.
Also, wait. Sorry, I missed everything you said. Am I starting?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
If you, that's not too much pressure.
It is too much pressure, but
There's a lot going on here. So.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Make it happen.
Ready.
Okay.
Here we go.
Would you rather have to sweep up the confetti in Times Square after the New Year's Eve thing, or be the person to clean cages at the Bronx Zoo?
Ooh. Yikes. Confetti.
Confetti.
Cages.
Confetti.
Confetti.
Oh.
These cages are smelly.
I love animals.
It's
Also,
a good one.
the confetti's probably
I love
smelly,
horses.
too.
I just want to clean up horse manure all day.
Okay.
Be so
I don't know if
relaxed.
they have horses at the,
I don't know if that's
the zoo, but
But would you rather streamers stuck in your hair or confetti stuck in your teeth?
Wait.
Ooh, streamers.
yeah, streamers.
Streamers.
For a week.
Streamers, why are you eating confetti? It's not what that's
Streamers.
Yeah, I only eat glue.
So out of
Do you know what
pocket.
confetti is? What's there glue on the confetti?
Elmer's glue. Elmer's glue.
There's no.
It's
I don't think
non-toxic.
there's-
It's like Play-Doh. They're both good for you.
Did-
Is there
I don't
fiber
know,
in that?
They have vitamins.
Just because they're not bad for you doesn't mean that they're good.
Oh, okay.
It's not how that works.
That makes sense.
Okay, would you rather have to watch all of the New Year's Eve and day football games or all the parades? Like, that's all you can do on New Year's Day.
Football games?
You didn't know there was parades?
Yes.
I'm gonna say the parades.
Yeah, the parades.
Football.
Football, but so I can zone out.
Not a hard one. Wait, could you not zone out if you were watching a parade?
No, it's just, well, maybe I
Just gonna
can.
sleep all day.
It's too exciting.
jeans on.
It's easier to fall asleep during a football game than a parade would be. Would you rather make a resolution to wear shoes on the wrong feet or wait, okay, yeah. Or you have or make a resolution
What?
to only wear your pants backwards.
So I'm either wearing my
Like you
shoes
have
on
to,
the
this
wrong
has to
feet
be your
for
New
a
Year's
year,
resolution.
or right, so it's gonna last for like 3 or 4 days.
The wording is messing
Yeah,
up.
does it
Yeah.
last as long as a lot of New Year's resolutions?
Let's say
Or
the
is it-
first month of the New Year's. Let's say January 2022. You have to do either or. Because for some reason that was your resolution.
Yikes, I don't know. I'm gonna go with pants.
I think I'm gonna put shoes on the wrong feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with pants, but then only wear overalls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go pants, but not overalls.
Anything but overalls.
How would you button those?
You'd have to put them behind you.
But at least it still looks like overalls.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
guess it
mean,
looks the
either
same.
way, it's gonna look the same. Yeah, okay. How would you do that on the altar? Oh, I guess you got vestments over.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
a-
yeah.
Just wear vestments.
I'm gonna do shoes. I'm trying to like
Or a
evolve.
cassock.
Just wear a cassock.
Would you rather celebrate New Year's Eve in Times Square in 1850 or 2150?
1850 or 2150?
That sounds fun.
I kind of don't trust 2150. I'm gonna go with
You
1850.
have some idea of
My mind
what
is
it's
like,
I have
see
some
what
idea.
happens there now? I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devil you know kind of thing.
1850 would be so fun. Like I want to go back
Honestly.
in time. I could wear a nice calico dress.
with big hoops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so fun. Bonnet.
Was not thinking of that. But
Yeah, I'm gonna go for 2150.
I'm going 1850.
Yeah, I'm going 1850. All right.
Less chaotic, hopefully.
well, I don't know.
There's
Just
just
a different way.
there's
There's
nothing there at,
nothing.
at
Right,
2150.
it's just-
Well, maybe.
It's
You're
just gonna
just standing
be
in a
a
field.
flat.
How much was there in 1850?
We're all gone.
2150 just by yourself with Wally?
Yeah, exactly. Jane Wally.
Okay, would you rather be given the job to make the New Year's ball drop or make the confetti drop?
Hmm.
Like you're
So
totally.
you're the
in
guy
charge
who
of this.
flips the switch
I feel
to
it.
make the ball drop.
Hmm.
Or you're the guy who flips the switch to make the confetti drop.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with confetti because there's
really
probably a
go
lot
wrong there.
more
Yeah.
switches involved. And just be cool.
Yeah. I
Not
think
gonna.
there's less pressure with the confetti.
The confetti.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the ball drop. Let's
I'm
do
gonna do
it.
confetti. Have you not seen the movie New Year's Eve when they can't get the ball drop? It's like a whole 2-hour movie, and the whole process, like they can't do it, and it's like so anxiety inducing.
That's because I wasn't there to help.
Fair enough.
Would have fixed it
That would have. That's true.
when I created it in 1850.
I don't know if this
I
one
wonder
was
how
right.
old that thing is.
I don't.
Alright, anyways.
Would you rather be the person who? Oh, here we go again. Here, would you rather be the person who makes the ball drop in, or the person who sets the fireworks over the Sydney Harbor Bridge?
Oh.
Those are two.
Oh.
Fireworks.
Those are way a little bit more.
Fireworks.
Oh, that's intense.
Next question.
You just like have one little lighter and you're like.
Well, I would have more fun with fireworks, but that also is probably more of a risk for everyone else. More fun for me.
It's true. Fire we're running.
Yeah, I'll go with
Yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah, I would go with fireworks too. Because fire.
Okay, I'm gonna do the ball drop, and that's it.
Because someone's got to, right?
Yeah, if y'all are all gonna be doing fireworks.
It's true. Forget about ball.
Yeah.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please continue to keep us in your prayers and know that we are praying for you as well. I'm not sure what I just said.
That
It
that sounded right.
sounded right. Yeah, that's
Did it?
right.
I'll take
Yeah,
it.
you got it.
Maybe I heard it wrong.
Yeah, thanks, and have a happy New Year. God bless, especially on behalf of Father Javita, Father Paul, and me.
And us too.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.